ladies and gentlemen, in a world where storms of uncertainty batter us from every side, economic upheavals, personal struggles, and sudden changes, one question demands an answer: what makes a life so strong that it never collapses? A definite purpose is the cornerstone of any life that will not collapse. Without it, you are like a ship tossed on a stormy sea without a compass, drifting wherever the waves choose to take you. Every man and woman who has ever built anything enduring, anything worthy of being remembered, began with a single burning idea, a central aim that commanded their thoughts, shaped their actions, and guided their choices every day. Purpose is more than a wish. A wish is a passing fancy. It fades when difficulty appears. A definite purpose is a commitment. It is a mental declaration that says, "This I will achieve, no matter how long it takes, no matter how many times I fall." It is the force that turns ordinary men into leaders and ordinary circumstances into opportunities. Without a definite purpose, your efforts will be scattered like arrows shot in the dark. Some may hit something by chance, but most will fall wasted on the ground. When you decide on a clear aim and hold it in your mind with absolute determination, you ignite a power within yourself that draws resources, people, and circumstances to you. It is as if the universe itself begins to rearrange, making way for the man or woman who knows exactly where they are going. But clarity alone is not enough. You must make that purpose so vivid, so real in your imagination that it dominates your thoughts day and night. It must become a consuming obsession, the fire in your blood, the reason you rise each morning. When trials come, and they will come, it is this definite purpose that will steady your feet when the ground shakes beneath you. It will whisper to you in the darkest hours, "Keep moving. You cannot quit now. The goal is still ahead. Do not live by accident. Do not leave your future to chance." Sit down and answer the question most people avoiding: what do I truly want from this life? Until you answer that question, you will wander. Once you answer it, and answer it with conviction, you will possess a power greater than luck, greater than circumstance, the power of direction. And with direction, no force on earth can permanently defeat you. Faith is the invisible force that holds your vision together when everything around you seems to be falling apart. It is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not yet seen. Without faith, even the greatest plans will crumble at the first sign of adversity, because doubt is a destroyer that erodes courage and paralyzes action. But when you possess unyielding faith in your vision, you walk through storms as if the sun were shining, because you already see the destination in your mind, even when others see only darkness. Faith is not a vague feeling or blind optimism. It is a deliberate choice, a mental decision to believe in your goal so strongly that failure is no longer an option. It is the inner voice that declares, "It will be done," even when every outward circumstance screams that it cannot. You cannot borrow this kind of faith from anyone else. It must be built within you through conviction, imagination, and persistence. When you hold a definite vision of your future and combine it with faith, you create a magnetic force that draws opportunities toward you. People call it luck, but it is not luck. It is the power of unwavering belief shaping reality in your favor. Faith turns obstacles into stepping stones, because when the doubter sees a wall, the man of faith sees a door hidden within that wall and refuses to stop until he finds it. There will be moments when your faith will be tested. You will hear voices, sometimes from others, sometimes from within, that whisper, "Give up. It's impossible. You were foolish to start." In those moments, your faith must roar louder than doubt. Doubt says, "Look at the evidence around you." Faith says, "I trust the evidence within me." And it is the inner evidence, the clear picture of your goal already accomplished, that will sustain you when logic fails and when reason offers no comfort. Faith is not waiting for proof. It is acting as though the proof already exists. When you believe with such intensity that you begin to speak, move, and live as if your vision is inevitable, you set in motion forces that no man can fully explain. Doors will open. People will appear. Resources will come. Not because of magic, but because faith drives action, and action opens every locked gate. Guard your faith as you would guard your life, because in truth, your life depends on it. The moment you let doubt take root, the cracks begin to form in the foundation of your purpose. Tear doubt by the roots and replace it with absolute confidence, for no one ever achieved greatness by believing halfway. Believe with everything in you, and the world will yield to that belief. Action is the bridge between dreams and reality. Without it, every great idea, every magnificent plan, every burning desire remains nothing more than a shadow in the mind. The difference between those who succeed and those who merely wish is not talent, not luck, not opportunity. It is action. Relentless, determined, and immediate action. You can think, you can plan, you can prepare, but none of it matters until you move. The greatest enemy of achievement is hesitation. People wait for the perfect moment, the ideal condition, the guaranteed outcome. But let me tell you this, X. The perfect moment does not exist. Waiting for it is like waiting for the ocean to become calm before you learn to sail. Life does not reward those who wait. It rewards those who act. Action must be decisive and continuous. One step taken today is worth more than 1,000 intentions left for tomorrow. Every towering building, every thriving business, every masterpiece of art began with a single deliberate act. The man who moves, even without complete knowledge, will always outdistance the one who waits for all the answers. Why? Because answers come to those who take the road, not to those who stand at the crossroads debating which way to go. Relentless action means you do not stop when things get hard. You do not pause because the path is steep or the results are slow. You keep pushing forward, adjusting as you go, learning as you advance. Is definite because movement itself creates momentum, and momentum is the lifeblood of progress. A small action repeated every day is more powerful than a burst of effort followed by weeks of inaction. Consistency turns effort into achievement. Do it now. Those 3 words hold more power than entire libraries of theory. Every day that you delay, your dream grows weaker and fear grows stronger. Opportunity rarely knocks twice. When you feel the pull of an idea, act on it immediately before doubt creeps in to choke the life out of it. Great fortunes, great careers, great inventions, all of them came because someone acted when the idea was fresh and the fire was hot. Do not confuse movement with progress. Busy people run in circles. Achievers move toward a goal. Your actions must be deliberate, tied to your definite purpose, fueled by your faith and guided by your plan. But the key is to start. Begin where you are with what you have, even if it seems small. The greatest oak was once a seed, but that seed did not become a tree by dreaming. It became a tree because it was planted. There will be fear. There will be uncertainty. But action dissolves fear, and movement creates clarity. When you act, you take control. When you hesitate, you surrender control to chance. So rise up, take the step, make the call, write the page, launch the idea. Do it now and keep doing it until the vision in your mind becomes a reality in your hands. Your mind is the command center of your life. Every decision, every success, every failure begins first as a thought. If you cannot control your mind, you cannot control anything else. The world around you is a reflection of the world within you, and until you master your inner world, chaos will reign in your outer world. Most people live as prisoners of their own thoughts. They allow worry, fear, doubt, and negativity to dictate their actions. They believe their circumstances are the cause of their misery, but in truth, their misery began in their own thinking. Your thoughts are the architects of your destiny, and if you build with rotten materials, fear, resentment, envy, you cannot expect to create a strong structure. To master your mind is to choose your thoughts as deliberately as you choose the clothes you wear. You would not put on garments soaked in filth and walk into the world. Yet every day people clothe their minds in thoughts of failure and wonder why life gives them defeat. Whatever dominates your mind will eventually dominate your life. If you fill your mind with poverty thoughts, you cannot live in abundance. If you dwell on weakness, you cannot act with strength. Control begins with awareness. Watch your thoughts as a guardian watches the gate of a fortress. When a negative thought approaches, do not let it enter unchallenged. Ask yourself, does this thought serve my purpose? Does it move me closer to the life I want? If not, cast it out. Replace it with a constructive thought, a thought of courage, of possibility, of victory. This is not easy. The mind is like a wild horse at first, resisting the reins. But with patience and persistence, you can train it to obey. One of the greatest truths you will ever learn is this: you become what you think about most of the time. Not what you wish for, not what you casually consider, but what you constantly and persistently allow to dwell in your mind. If you desire success, think success. If you desire happiness, think happiness. The thought will plant a seed, and that seed will grow into action, and action will produce results. Guard against the influence of negative voices around you. The world is full of people who will tell you what cannot be done, who will pour doubt into your mind if you let them. Shut the door on such voices. Build a mental environment where only positive, empowering ideas can live. Read words that inspire you, listen to messages that lift you, and speak affirmations that strengthen your faith. Mastery over mind is the foundation of all other mastery, because until you can command your thoughts, you will be a victim of circumstances. But when you learn to control your mind, you gain dominion over fear, over doubt, over every limitation. You cannot always control what happens around you, but you can always control what happens within you. And when you do, no storm, no obstacle, no force on earth can collapse the life you have built. Persistence is the invisible thread that binds every dream to its achievement. Without it, the strongest purpose, the deepest faith, the most brilliant plan will crumble at the first sign of resistance. Life will test you. Circumstances will push back. People will doubt you. Obstacles will rise like mountains in your path. And in those moments, persistence is the force that says, I will not stop. The road to success is never a straight line. It twists, it turns, it climbs steep hills, and it plunges into valleys of despair. Many begin with enthusiasm, but when the journey grows hard, they turn back. They surrender just steps away from victory. Do not make that mistake. The difference between the man who wins and the man who fails is often nothing more than this: one refused to quit. Persistence is more than stubbornness. It is an intelligent, determined refusal to give up. It means adapting when your first plan fails, finding another way when the door closes, and pressing forward even when the night is darkest. Persistence does not promise that the way will be easy. It promises that the way will be possible. If you do not stop, history has no shortage of men and women who achieved greatness, not because they were the smartest or the most talented, but because they would not let defeat have the final word. They turned setbacks into stepping stones because they understood a profound truthing. Every failure carries the seed of an equal or greater success for those who persist. The moment you quit, all effort is wasted. The hours you invested, the energy you gave, the sacrifices you made, gone the instant you give up. But when you persist, every struggle adds strength to your character, every delay teaches you patience, and every difficulty forges the steel of determination within you. You will grow tired. You will feel alone. You will question if it is worth it. That is the exact moment to push harder. Persistence is not tested when everything goes right. It is tested when nothing goes right. Anyone can move forward in sunshine when the persistent keep going through the storm. Understand this: the universe does not yield its treasures to the casual seeker. It demands proof of your desire, and persistence is that proof. When you keep knocking, keep striving, keep pushing in the face of rejection, resistance, and failure, you send a message to life itselfing. You cannot defeat me. And life in time will surrender to such determination. So promise yourself now that you will never quit. No matter how long it takes, no matter how hard it becomes, you will keep moving until your vision becomes reality. Because persistence, more than talent, more than luck, more than opportunity, is the ultimate guarantor of success. Friends, the secret to a life that won't collapse is no secret at all. It is a foundation built on purpose, faith, action, mastery of mind, and persistence. Live by these principles, and the storms may rage, but your life will stand unshaken. Thank you.